Hello guys, welcome to AppSheet and more. Thank you for joining me for today's session. In today's video, we're going to be even building on to what we learned last time. If you're here with me in the last video, you learned how you could create this beautiful animated progress bar in AppSheet, right? And ever since I did this video, I was just curious, what are the possibilities with Gemini and AppSheet? And I'm happy to announce I've been able to build something I've always wanted to build in AppSheet, which is what an animated progress tracker, right? A few weeks ago, I built a progress tracker in AppSheet, but then compared to this is way beyond that, right? Good. So this is how it works. It takes your data and then using the code that I created with Gemini, it plots that into this animated tracker, right? So over here, you can see for each task or each order, the amount of tasks that have been completed, what is pending, and what is yet to be done, right? It's just fantastic, guys. It's fantastic. So I just want to show you how it looks like. Okay, I'm going to come over here. And this is what it looks like in a detail view. Okay, so in a detail view, you can see the various tags, the images over here. You can see this when you click on it. Okay, and then below, these are the tags over here. So these are the tags that have been completed. These are the completion dates, and that's what you see over there. You get to them. What's left right now is the final approval. Okay, so when I click add, and I come here, I can just select, let's see, April 30th. Select final approval, say that's completed, click save. When you come here, you can see that it's April 30th final approval. And this is what a completed order from start to finish, right? This just improves your app. It makes your app look beautiful, more professional, and users are going to like it. So guys, let me show how I did this in AppSheet. All right, guys, so we're in AppSheet, and this is the app that I use in creating it, okay? Now, I'm going to build this from scratch so that you actually appreciate. It's not really difficult to appreciate how this is done. Okay, so I'm going to click here, and I'm going to go into my Google Drive, and then I'm going to do this. So I'm going to come into Google Drive. Okay, so in Google Drive, I'm just going to come into my AppSheet practice folder. And then let's create a new folder for this. So I'm going to call this animated progress tracker. Good. I'm going to put in here a spreadsheet as my database. Okay, and I'm going to name this orders tracker. Good. So in this app, I'm going to have only two tables. So I'm going to have orders, and then I'm going to have tracker. Good. Let me increase the zoom size so you can actually see. Good. And I'm just going to paste in the data from my other app. Okay. So we have our orders. These are the main orders that we put in, and then we have our tracker. These are the various task activities that have to be completed for each of them. Good. Now we can build our app. Simple, create an app. Okay, so we are here. I'm going to close this, come here. Good, I have orders. I'm going to click on the plus button. And I'll add my tracker. I'm going to click add. Good. So over here, let's start off with the orders table. So we have order ID, that's a key. We have the date, client, order name, blah, 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 date. That's fine, good. And on the tracker, right, we have the ID. This is supposed to be a ref. So ref, good. It's going to be a ref to the orders table. Click done. Good. And then we have dates, which is that. Task code, which is number. And then we have task, which would be an enum list. So let's make this an enum. Okay. And then we're just going to post over here. Order received, initial review. These are the list of items or list of steps for the tracker. Right. Good. I'm going to click done. And then for task code is going to be based on the item that has been selected. Right. So I'm going to say if, so basically you see this list over here that I just used. If the task selected is order received, then I want task code number 1. I want 1. This is number 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So the fastest function to use is switch. Right? Switch, I'm going to say task code, whatever is in task code. If the value in task code is order received, switch it to 1. If it's this, switch it to 2. If it's this, so on and so forth. Switch it to 3. If it's this, switch it to 4. If it's this, switch it to 5. And for some reason, the switch argument cannot have odd numbers. Like it has to be always even. So I always end it with anything else, give me nothing. I'm just going to click save. Click done. Same thing. Good. So based on what is selected in tax, the tax code will also pop up that number. And then here, it's going to be an enum. Click this, and I'm going to say either pending or completed. In the two buttons, click done, click save. Good. Now we just set up the tracker. Okay, good. But the tracker visual that we see is in the orders table. Okay, and it's based on the level at which the number of trackers or items have been. Oh, okay. Now I realize the problem. It's in the orders table. Now this table is supposed to be called tax, not tracker. I don't know why I named it tracker. Let me name it tax. Sorry. I think I named it tracker in the spreadsheet. Okay, so it's supposed to be tax, not tracker. Okay, so now we are currently in our orders table, okay? And then before we create our visual, which is a tracker, we need to understand the code we are going to be using, okay? So this is the code I have in my notepad, which I'm going to be sharing with you. Now, what we're going to do, once I share this code, okay, you're going to use this to create that tracker. But then let's try and first understand what this code does. So I'm going to highlight this, copy, come to Gemini, okay? And I'm just going to paste this code over here. And I'm just going to ask Gemini, okay, explain what this code does and the variables needed for it to work. Okay, so I'll send this into Gemini. Let's see what Gemini says. So Gemini says this code is a formula designed for AppSheet. It is dynamic, generates custom CSV image that acts as a visual progress tracker or timeline. Good. So how it works, how the code works, all these things. Okay, and then it tells you, okay, these are the variables. Hex, you need a hex that tells the color. Okay, so whatever color you put in this column is going to determine the color of the visual. You have the tracker level. Okay, that operates between what 0 and 5. Okay, so if you are in number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, good. And you have tax. This is a list of tax names. It gives you the list of what the tax over there, 1 to 5. So tax number 1, tax number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. And then this is the dates, the list of dates over there. So these are the 4 variables you need in your data for the code to work. Okay, you can also substitute them with your own columns. Okay, so you tell Gemini to change these variables and you give it the names you want. Is that okay? Good. And then this is what it does, blah, 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 the use case and all those things. Good. So now that we know the columns we need to do, now it's easy for us to appreciate what we're going to do next. Good. So we come here, the first one we're going to try and create is the hex code column. So just going to click over here. We'll add our virtual column, which is going to be hex. So hex, let me just leave this blank for now because I don't know the hex code offhand. Good. Now, where I normally get my hex code when I'm in AppSheet is go to views, click on this, and I'll come here to theme and brand. And over here, I can choose any of these colors. So let's say I want the hot pink color. I'll just click on this and I'll copy the hex code for this hot pink. Then I can switch back to the green I was using initially for that. Good. So now I have the hex code for that. So if I come here under orders, I can now paste this hex code here. Like this. Good. So now I have the hex code done. Simple as that. Good. Now the next one, Gemini said is what the tracker level. The tracker level comes from 0 to 5. You get it? It's basically the level of the last tax you've done. Remember, for the tax, we had this formula that says if you do if you have a tax which is order received, give us code number 1, initial review, code number 2, number 3, number 4. So you need to have a numerical system to order the various tax, right? So actually can know that, okay, I'm on tax number 3, number 4, number 5, like that. I'm going to click this plus. I'm going to clear this. I'm going to say, what did we call it? We call it tracker level. Again, you can use a different column name if you want. You get it, good. But I'm going to just say max because I want to select the maximum tax code for the last completed tax. So let's say select, right? Now I'm going to come to related tax. I'm going to say tax code where tax status is equal to what completed. So it will give me the what? The maximum one. That's where I am currently. I'm going to click that. And then the next one is what? Tax. On the list of all tax completed. Good. So that's simple. I'm going to click this. I'm going to say tax. Good. Good. Now I have tax over here. Now, good. What I can do is I can list only the completed tax. You get it? And then those are not completed will be blank. But then that is not a good look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put by default the list of all the tax over there. You get, but I can make it dynamic. I'm not going to make mine dynamic. I'm just going to put a list of all the tax over there. So let me put blank over here. Let me save this for now. I'll come here to task, and then I'll come and copy the same formula I had over here. Again, the purpose of leaving that column as an extra field is to make it dynamic for those who want that extra dynamism. But then I just need this to be the same thing throughout. So I'm just going to leave it as that. And then I'm going to click the plus button, and I'm going to say date list. Good. Now the date list is going to be the list of all completed dates. Is that okay? So I'm going to say select. I'm going to say related dates. Again, where status, tax status is equal to what? Completed. Like this. Let me click save. Click that. Good. Now that I have these 4, okay, I can now create that visual. Okay, I can click the plus here and say my tracker, and I'll paste the code in there. So I'll come here and paste my code. Control A, Control C, paste it here. This way, it's going to load. It takes a long time to load, so I just go ahead and click save. Click done. Once you sync the app, AppSheet is going to evaluate it. Good. So evaluate is correct. It's good. We come in here. Okay. Now again, it's showing us what? A text. So you don't need to panic. All you need to do is just click this and change it to what? Image. Where's image? There you go. Good. And then you have it. Beautiful. Is that okay? Good. So let me take this guy off. Let me increase this. It's looking great, right? Everything is looking perfect. You see, the color is based on the color we chose. The only issue is that the dates currently are showing us what? Date time, okay? So what we need to do is to change this into a text. So I'm going to come into task, and I'm going to click a plus button. I'm going to create another virtual code. I'm going to say text dates. I'm just going to make this text function, dates, and then I'm going to wrap this in format DDD MMYY this way. Click save, click done. Now I'll come to the orders table, and I'll rather use this. It's okay. Instead of using related tax date, I'll use text date. Click this. Click save. Let's save this. Okay, it's still not responding. Am I missing something? order, come to date list, change this to text. Let's save this. Let's see if that will work. Yeah, so now it works. Is that okay? Good. So as part of the formatting over here under type details, you need changes to text. And that will make sure that this also works correctly. Good. So now we have this in place. You get it? So if I add a new task, so currently we have the first three done. You can't really see it because we are in the mobile view on the key on the laptop. So let's come here. Let me come to details over here. Put this as a main image at the top here. Good. So you can see 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the final one. Let's go. Okay, good. This particular one has what? Only the first two, I think, done. The third one, work execution is not done. So I click here and I click view. Let me see. It's just two, right? Initial review. The next step is what? Resource assignment. Okay, so I click add. Come here, task code. I select resource assignment. That's task code number 3. I click completed. I click save. I come up here. Resource assignment is done. The date is over the good. Guys, this is amazing stuff that you can do with AppSheet. Again, there are certain controls you need to put in because you see the date over here is 24th March 2026, whilst this was 25th March 2026. So you need to put some controls to make sure that this works properly, right? But then the whole idea of this being even able to work in AppSheet is amazing. It's amazing. Now, there are still a few things I'm still working on. For instance, I feel like it looks too small, like over here on the mobile, like I showed initially, it looks a bit okay. But then I still think maybe it's possible, if it's possible to increase the size of the image, that would be even more fantastic. But then, yes, this is still far better than what I thought AppSheet could do in the initial beginning, right? Good. So guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you have any comments, please leave your comments in the comment section and I'll attend to them. If you want to share any ideas, please leave them. I really want to learn more about how you can use Gemini to improve the UI of AppSheet. Thank you once again, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye, guys.